So let's give it up one more time for Hoszia Hinds for stopping by on Caribbean Video Hits. I want to thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
No problem.
Yeah.
So before we get into a little discussion, I always like to play a game with my guests. You want to play a game?
Sure.
Okay. It's called Free Your Mind.
Mm-hmm.
I say one word and you tell me the first thing that comes to your mind, okay?
Okay.
All right. Sound.
Music.
Yes. Spiritual.
God.
Yes. Energy.
Hoszia Hinds.
Nice. Nice. Now, I was going to say Hoszia Hinds next. So if I say Hoszia Hinds, other than energy.
Fun.
Fun. Okay. So you're energetic and fun.
Yeah.
Nice, nice. So that was easy, right?
Sure.
So, other than you being energetic and a lot of fun, tell me who is Hoszia Hinds?
Well, Hoszia Hinds is a young man who have saw so much different things in his life and decided to take a pattern that that what we would call the righteous path, because I came from a background that was mad gangster, and I grew up on the block, what we call in Barbados the block. I don't know what you call it in America, but I guess it's the block, because there's this guy that says we Millie Rock on every block, so it's a block. We kind of like we have a block, but we grew up in that. But after realizing that wasn't the life for me, I decided to just give my life to God and just transform it and help inspire the youth today to do things better, and just
Nice.
So I started on a journey singing, and at first I didn't know that I had this talent. I knew that God gave me a talent, but growing up in what we call Sunday school in Barbados, your parents would send you to church, and you would go, and one day I was asked to sing in church, and that was the beginning of my travels all over the world.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure at this point now you're happy you decided to sing in church.
Yeah.
Now, when you was first asked, is it something that you wanted to do?
Not really. I thought it was mad girly and stuff, because you always think like singing in church would be for girls and stuff, but that's not true, man. No. When God give you a talent, you just gotta use it and just glorify His name and just bless people from it. So, I saw my talent take me from Barbados to many different countries, and I'm like, wow. I'm glad I'm not on the block no more.
Good.
Well, He sent me to the block to inspire the youth, on the block to make a difference. So, yeah.
So you say, being sent to church, you say that it was your mother who inspired you to go to church, or she just saw that you was on the block and she was like, you need God in your life. And she sent you.
Yeah,
Okay,
because
so
most of the time you're on the block, you just, you're just burning, you're taking the good, and as we call it out here, and you mix in with the so-called wrong company, and you just, you moving with guns, you moving with drugs, that's the life I used to live back then, and the Lord brought me out of that life and just gave me a better life.
I always believe that, we go through certain things in our life for a reason. And when you have such background, like as you mentioned, it helps you to become a better teacher.
Sure.
Because when you haven't experienced certain things and then you try to teach the youth, they don't want to hear it from you. Because you haven't been
what you
there.
know about that.
But, but when they come to learn that, okay, you was on the block, just like they may be on the block currently, then they can kind of respect you a little bit because you, come, I guess, have that same cloth.
Yeah.
Once upon a time. So it's good. Now, you being from Barbados, and you have a lot of talented artists in Barbados. Other than Barbados, is there any other artists that you would love to work with?
Yeah, I honestly would. I would love to work with Kirk Franklin one day.
Okay.
I know he would like my style, mix the island reggae with his swag, and he talk over the track while I kill it with some reggae.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
We're like, yeah.
So, Kirk Franklin, if you're watching, you need to link up with this man right here.
Yeah.
So now the song that you just was performing, tell me a little bit about that song.
Life is Beautiful?
Yes.
Yeah, I actually wrote Life is Beautiful off of some, when we go through different experiences. Because I don't want to only make you feel like because that I came off the block and came to the Lord, that everything was all easy. You know, I went through some mad trials in my life, and you know, there was mad temptation to get back out there, and you know, I went through some stuff that made me feel like I wanted to give up. And you know, one of the songs I sang first was "Giving Up Is Not an Option." But in the midst of it, you know, the trials that I was going through, you know, some of them had me feel like I would just end my life. And one day I went in this cave in Barbados, you know, and I was in this cave crying, and all I can hear is these negative talks. And I know it was the devil, you know, people might not call it the devil, but it was evil. Because all it was telling me in my back of my brain, go kill yourself, harm yourself, just end it all. And for those people who think that there isn't a God, there is a God, because I heard this voice, the voice clearly say, life is beautiful and life is sweet. That's how that song came about. Because, you know, I was getting ready to jump off this cliff in the cave, and I was like, and after I was about to die, I hear this voice saying, life is beautiful, don't do it. And I started crying because I was like, really? Seriously? You don't even know what I'm going through. And the voice is like, I know what you're going through because I made you. You know, and this is not a story, this is real talk. And I decided to start writing. As I came out that cave, I heard the voice, life is beautiful and life is sweet when you wake up in the morning. Because the truth is, many of us, we wake up in the mornings and we don't even thank God, or we don't even say, Lord, thank you for waking me up. We just go to work, we just shower, we go to work, we just have an ordinary day. But there's a power out there that we call God, that we serve, you know, and we say, listen, there's an acknowledgement for him, because at the end of the day, you know, he is the reason why we live and breathe and move and have our being. So at the end of the day, I decided that, you know what, life is beautiful. And I wrote that song, and the words, all, like, you know, when something just came to you by divine inspiration, every word of that song came to me. Beautiful. And I just wrote it, and it's just getting mad. Nice. Recognition.
Good.
Yeah.
That's good. So we're kind of short with time. I would love to sit down and talk with you some more. Sure. So hopefully before you leave to go back to Barbados, you'll come back on the show. We can continue this conversation. Yes. But before I let you go, I want you to tell everybody that's watching and the people here in the audience how they can find your music.
Okay, you can get my music from iTunes. It's all over the net. It's all over the internet. You know, Hoszia Hinds, Hoszia Hinds. You can find me all over the internet, YouTube. I mean, my music is on every music calendar is out there. You can go find it. It's easy. Cool. Yeah. Cool. So give it up again for Hoszia Hinds. I'm going a little higher. Yes, I am. Pushing much further. Yes, I am. I want to see you, Father. Yes, I am. For giving up is not an option. Not an option. Not an option. Not an option. Not an option.